Tribe, one of many things that make this engine that is the Iron Tribe brand work is the coaches. I mean, they are at the forefront, delivering transformations, living toward our purpose of creating fitness communities that change lives. And so what I want to ask you is, what is the coach methodology? I've heard of the 3 C's. Obviously, I know them really well, but many people that are watching may not. And then how do we train and evaluate our coaches to hold them accountable to these 3 C's?
Well, I think the first thing we should talk about is the initial training. For a coach, once they're hired into Iron Tribe, they have an incredible amount of resources available to them to get them caught up to speed in terms of how we want to deliver our program. So we have our CPP process, our Coach Practicum program, which allows coaches to spend 3 weeks here in Birmingham and really get involved in the culture and learn from the best coaches here in Birmingham and learn straight from our director of training, Lou and Wynn, how to do all of the class structure pieces that we have in our program. So after going through the CPP, then it culminates with a 101 coaches weekend, which is really 2 very intense days of demonstrating that they know how to execute what we're trying to do on the floor. And it's an extremely difficult weekend. A lot of people, it's very high stress, but we know if they can handle the 101, they can deliver our program out on the floor. Once they're out on the floor in their own gyms and all spread throughout the country, we go out and we evaluate them on the what we call TCR, the Triple C rating, and we're looking at, are they delivering on class structure? There's 6 pieces of every class that need to be there, and we're going to evaluate if they're delivering those at a very high level. As far as coaching goes, that's our next C. We're looking at, are they identifying people's faulty movements? Are they giving them a strategy to improve? Are they implementing that strategy well during the class? And then are they getting good results from people? So it's one thing if people are coming in, they're having a great time every time, but if they're not getting results, then they're probably less likely to come back. And we want to keep people progressive and sustainable in our program.
Right.
And then the last C is culture. We know that when we walk into a gym, we want it to feel alive. We want people to be chatting with each other, chatting with the coaches, just having a good time, networking, but also, getting after it too, and really doing things well. That's all part of culture. So really, if we can see all of those things, all of those 3 C's hitting at a high level, we know that gym is poised for some good growth.
And I know I love seeing the notes that come to us here at corporate and seeing what the TCRs are, what the Triple C ratings are for each gym community around the country. You have the chance to go with Matt White, our VP of Franchise Support, to visit these gyms. How would you say you've seen it go over the last year of just visiting stores, and what improvements have you seen, and just how have you seen these 3 C's push the needle to help these coaches deliver Iron Tribe?
Well, it's been really encouraging, because when we first started doing this, the 3 C's were a very sort of abstract concept to a lot of people. And now we have a lot of gyms that are diving into specific 3 C's development and really saying, hey, this week we're going to work on our coaching, here's some prime initiatives that we're going to work on, and then the next week they're working on class structure and things like that. So the biggest thing I've seen in about a year of doing these site visits is I've seen a drastic improvement in class structure, making sure that we're hitting our warm-ups and checkoffs properly, making sure that we're finishing with cool downs, really giving athletes that consistent experience. And it all starts with class structure. A good class structure will set you up for excellent coaching and culture.
Yeah.
So what we've seen is now that we've gotten really dialed in with class structure, and we think that our gyms are executing it at a high level, now we can start to focus on coaching a little bit more, which leads us into movement troubleshooting series and some of these results tracking measurements that we have.